Hello, everybody. It's Paul here from the Cult of Cantona. Hope everybody has recovered from the excitement of our 2-2 draw with Bournemouth last weekend. What an absolute shite show. Um, I am Paul Butler Lennox, and welcome to the Cult of Cantona. You can become a member on buymeacoffee.com/Cult of Cantona. Become a member because that would be sound, obvious, and really appreciated, especially as we have just kind of rebranded and launched our YouTube channel. So subscribe, share with a friend, become a member on buymeacoffee.com/Cult of Cantona on YouTube. We really need your support on YouTube. And you can become a member for £5 a month. And for that, you will support the show. You'll help us keep lights on. We can buy lots of nice things like the software we're using. It'll contribute to events and other things that we're doing down the line. For £10 a month, you'll get all of our content first. You'll also get an invite into our Facebook group, the Cult of Cantona, on Facebook. And then if you support the show and become a yearly member for €500, for that you'll get a vintage official Manchester United jersey from the 1990s, which will be signed by an ex-player of that era. So you'll be the envy of all of your pals in terms of your man caves. So lots to talk about just quickly in this midweek video. It's a very frustrating time to be a United fan. I mean, where do you start? There seems to be a lot of unrest in the squad yet again. When you look at the likes of Sancho and Sabitzer doing so well with Dortmund in the Champions League this week, it begs the question: should Eric be allowed to make decisions? Should he, if Eric was in a more head coach role, I think United would be in a better position this year. And it seems as if the players are beginning to throw Eric under the bus, which is frustrating to watch, especially Garnacho. Liking Mark Goldbridge's tweets over the weekend wasn't helpful. It's a distraction. Anthony seems to have thrown his toys out of the pram again, but he wasn't fit. So he's not fit. He shouldn't play. So, and then when you look at the likes of Casemiro and his kind of Lord of the Rings kind of Treebeard-esque legs and how fucking slow he is, his legs are gone. Like when he's on form and he's playing well, it's really wonderful to watch. But he is not playing as well as he has done last season, or definitely as well as he's played for Real Madrid previously. So speaking of Real Madrid, how wonderful was it to see them knock City out of the Champions League? Far be it from me to celebrate other people's bad luck, but inadvertently, almost by happenstance over the last few days, I've seen bits and pieces of Man City's media leading up to the match, and I found them to be incredibly arrogant, talking about winning a treble like they're giving them away in Christmas crackers. It's the most difficult thing that any club will ever have to do, and as my dad says, no one remembers the second person to walk on the ground. So the sheer arrogance of the players to even infer that it was something that could be easily obtained is exactly what Manchester City are all about. And being in Dublin, I don't know any Man City fans to wind up about this, so it's better to put it out online just to shithouse them a little tiny bit. So Man City out, Arsenal out. Feel sorry for Arsenal because Arsenal are a great club, run by people who really care, with a really good manager. It's not their year, and it's not their year again for the league, but they're getting closer. So stick it out there to all you Arsenal fans that are happening across this video. So Champions League for next season, United um, may slip in the back door, which I'm not incredibly comfortable with. It's like getting a medal for fourth or fifth place at the Olympics. What's the fucking point of that? I suppose we should really just take our medicine in terms of where we are. If we're not good enough to play in the Champions League traditionally in those spots to qualify, we shouldn't be in the Champions League. Although having said that, I think the new system next season will suit Man United really well. But yeah, so Marcel Sabitzer, I think United would need to take a long, hard look at themselves in comparing Sabitzer to Amrabat, especially coming off the bench. And you'd have to say that um, Sabitzer is much better value. We should have held on to Marcel Sabitzer. Anyway, c'est la vie, he's gone. But I think, again, another decision that Eric Ten Hag got wrong. In other news this week, United will be in line for a striker in the summer, because I think number one, Eric Ten Hag said it in the presser this week that he will be looking for support for Rasmus Højlund. So I'm going to throw a controversial um, thought out there. How's about Sammie Szmodics playing for Man United? Because in terms of kind of work rate and stamina, to kind of a Kevin Phillips type, smaller in stature type striker, kind of playing in and around Rasmus, and with Rasmus and his little knock-ons and all-round play holding up the ball, I think Sammie Szmodics would do very well responding to that. Could he be, the Paul Simon to Højlund's Art Garfunkel? Could he be his Joey to his Chandler, or would he be more like a Veghorst to Tony Marshall? Comment below. Let us know what you think. Is that absolute bollocks, or could there be any sense to that? And could Sammie Szmodics end up at United? He scored 30 goals in the Championship this season. That's an incredible feat. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, well, the Championship is a step down, and the step up to the Premier League and the physicality of it. Ivan Toney scored 30 goals for Brentford in the Championship a couple of years ago, and look where he is. He's well capable. So please consider that, Eric. I think Sammie Szmodics will do a really good job. I think that Sammie Szmodics and Evan Ferguson would do incredibly well for United. Ferguson is back up to Højlund, rotating the three, and Marcus is clearly going to move off to PSG this year. So I think that keeping a homegrown is a good idea. I think giving people a chance will be imperative to United's success in the next couple of seasons. What do you think? Let us know below in the comments. Share this video, get people talking. So just talking about getting back to the two Liverpool results, just quickly from my own perspective. It was very satisfying to beat them, and it was, from a shithousery banter down the pub perspective, I think United did quite well to get a point off them in Old Trafford. And I just felt as if we'd do something before the game, and the lads did. We robbed a point. But Paul Scholes made an interesting point during the week that have United fallen so low that the celebrating other people's losses, are United that club now? It's an interesting talking point. Like, should United lower the fans, lower themselves to that level where that's the only thing that we have to celebrate? Comment below. I think Jurgen Klopp is a great manager. I think he's a wonderful personality in the game, and he'll be sadly lost in the Premier League. But I can't help feeling that it's all just kind of collapsing for Liverpool. And it's very sad. Um, it's very sad that his period of dominance is coming to an end. Period of dominance, whatever that means. It's certainly more than one league title. That's Roy Keane quite rightly pointed out recently. What do you think yourself? What legacy has Jurgen Klopp left, particularly if he only wins a Carabao Cup this year? Comment below. Let us know what you think yourself. Um, and United need to be careful because we don't want to be the next Spurs. Um, So, just quickly to round it off, if you want to support the show, please go to buymeacoffee.com/, Cult of Cantona. You can see a little QR code there. If you scan that with your phone and you can become a member on Buy Me a Coffee, that will help us to continue turning out content. There's quite a few of us involved. It helps us with studio space, it helps us with overheads, and we can develop more content. We're also looking at creating meetups and stuff for fans, United fans, by way of a small supporters club in the future going forward. And we have some really excellent guests coming up in the next few months in terms of ex-players. So if you want to support the show, £5 a month, throw into the hat. We get you a point when we see it out and about. Equally, you can support us with a tenner a month and you'll get all the content first. And if you want to become a €500 kind of platinum, I suppose, a gold member on Buy Me a Coffee, we will get you an official signed 1990s Man United football jersey, which will take pride of place in any man cave up and down the country. So, like, subscribe, smash the like-a-roo button, and we shall talk to you in the next couple of days before our very, very tricky tie against Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final. Have a great day.